Hiya, welcome back to part two. Just to keep you up to speed, there's a few things I've done off camera. I cleaned up around here and cleaned the old gasket off and made that all nice and smooth, and also I've cleaned in there. And I've cleaned in here, made that clean. I'm going to get new rubbers here, and I've cleaned up all around there. And I've also put it on a jack so that I can turn the back wheel, because you need to be able to make sure the valves are fully closed when you take a cylinder apart. So that's what I've done off camera. Okay, so the first thing to do is take the cover off. I'm doing one cylinder at a time, although I'll probably take both covers off. I don't know, see how it goes. I've got this tool that is a very low profile Allen head. Well, I got the gaskets, and it doesn't say in the manual to do them in incremental steps, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, I think that's probably good enough. Right, so I've got to remove those, and it said the fibre washers, so I don't know if it's looks like there might be some crushed fibre washers there. Oh. Right, now I'll see how this comes off. I have read about this being difficult to take off, and I know there's a knack to it, sort of like sliding and twisting. There's absolutely hardly any clearance at the top bit, so I'm gonna, these plastic cable things seem to be in the way as well. Yeah, actually that all lifts up when I do that. I wonder if that's going to do it. Hey. So all it was that cable, plastic cable thing. Be careful of that, sensor cable. Right, easy peasy when you know how. Okay, now this one. Like I said, it doesn't say undo them in a pattern in the manual, but when things like this are concerned, I just like to go around loosening it all in an order. That's all right now. Okay, one. Again, it's hitting the plastic thing there. Okay. G'day. Okay, well, given how difficult it was to get the rocker covers off, I reckon it's going to be a good idea to take the harness off the backbone, because I'm going to need room in here anyway, and it's going to make it easier to put them back, and it's going to be less likely that I'm going to get crap in the rocker cover. So that's what I'm going to do, and if I'd done that right at the beginning, I reckon that would have made my life a whole lot easier. So to that end, I'm gonna okay, on the left hand side there's a little screw in there. Right. Well, that's peeled away from there. That unclips from there. Okay, that's the coil out. So I'm going to unclip the coils, which is this plug here. So that's yellow. Now I've still got the ignition connected. Okay, so I'm back on this side now. So these, I've got that's the back spark plug, and that is that's just the manifold thing is falling off, but that doesn't matter. Right, that's that. Okay, so now this plastic bit is double-sided, taped onto the spine. So I think the best way of getting rid of that is dental floss. Bit of dental floss. And just double that up. Kind of got stuck. It had been, I know it's going to take, I know it's going to be longer doing it like this. But I sure wish I did that before I took the covers off, just to, you know, minimise the amount of crap that's falling down in there. Still, never mind. Okay, that's off. That's double-sided tape, so I'll just have to clean that. So that's that done. Okay, so we're actually getting somewhere with this. Now I should, one way or another, be able to hook this lot out now. Okay, so it's my ignition switch that's causing me a bit of grief. So I just undid the barrel. It's just got that little screw there that held it to the coil bracket. So that's easier. So there's three connectors here, all different, I think. So I think that's the back end of the plug that I was undoing there. So good. So I think that's okay. I'll just break that tab off, but that's the back end of the plug. Okay. Well, I made the mistake, so you don't have to. That one there. And again, that one there. And push that in. Good. That is that clear. So they're clear. That's there. That was the coil. So the coil wire runs in there. Let's see about this huge biggie. Let's unplug that one. And then a couple of little ones there. So that is all of that lot unplugged. Good. That's just my sat-nav cable there. So now it looks like I can get the majority of that out of the way. So that's out of the way. And that is certainly out of the way. Got the carburetor hanging down there. Not the carburetor, the throttle body. Just get this tied up out of the way. I reckon that is mission accomplished. Pretty bloody fiddly, without a doubt. I'm gonna tie that down as well. That would have been so much easier had I done that right at the beginning. So this is the back one. And front one is just straight on. Easy peasy, the front one. Back one's still a bit of a fiddle. but still nothing like it was. So that actually is a lot easier. I should have done that. I mean, I know it's a build-up and it's probably a bit of a pain in the arse to put back together. So that gives me an awful lot more space to work in. Now, I should have done that right from the get-go. It's probably going to be a bit of a pain in the arse, or a bit fiddly anyway, to put it back together again. But nothing that can't be done with a bit of time and thought. Right, I've just been trying to clean these fibre washers out, and they're a right bugger. I mean, they're just completely fused on, and I'm having to scrape them out quite hard. But the trouble is, I don't want to damage the casing cover. I don't quite know how to go about it, but other than doing it like this. But they're just absolutely completely on there. You see, I'm actually scraping some bits of aluminium off there, which I don't want to do. You don't want to know. So I'll scrape that up there. I don't want to do that. Bloody annoying. I don't really know of a better way, really. Yeah, see, I'm scraping the paint away there. I don't want to create more work for myself, but they've obviously got to come off as well, haven't they? Certainly bloody on there. Anyway, you don't want to see me scraping away at this, but just take it as read that I'm finding those quite difficult. I'm not entirely happy with that. So, scraped a bit of that there, but I really don't know how else I could have done that. But a right old bugger. So they were well and truly caked in. I think the aluminium surface is going to be alright, being that it's got a fibre washer on it, but I still don't like that. I sort of consider that a bit of a bodge, but maybe I can touch that up with heat paint or something like that. I got a can of it, but anyway, I thought I'd show you. It took quite a while, but just very gently, and I had a rag around the blade when I was doing the others. The next thing to do is remove the breather assembly on both sides. And it says to discard the gasket, which is here. I'm going to leave that in place at the moment. And that's got a kind of like a foam filter in it, which seems a little bit soggy and brittle. I wonder if they can be replaced. And now I've got to put it in 5th gear. And then I've got to turn it turn the wheel until both valves are closed, and it's at top dead centre, so that's a straw to show me where the cylinder is. So that is the inlet valve opening, and now that's the inlet valve closing. So it will be coming up to the compression stroke. Ooh, just went over top dead centre, I think. That is top dead centre. What that does is, as much as possible, relieve the tension on the springs, so that when you start undoing the bolts, there's not maximum spring pressure on them. So now I've got to remove the bolts securing the rocker cover to the cylinder head. I have to do that in order. So the first one are these two here. And keep the washers. So that was the back one. And now I've got to remove 3 bolts with their washers, 1, 2 and 3. So I'll do that in. Right, that's the front one. Middle one. And the back one. And now it's loosening the 4 rocker arm bolts in half to quarter turn increments. Gradually relieving the pressure. Front one seems to be okay. Yep, I think that's all right. Okay, that's that. So this is the right back, right front, left back, and the left front. And then it says remove the cover. I can feel it moving ever so slightly. There we go. Right, moment of truth. And not forgetting the sensor lead going through the middle of it. Shazam! Now I'm going to take the push rods out. Right, so that's the rear one, and that's the front one. And then just to show you how I'm organising my bits, I've got a box for the rear and a box for the front, and then it's laid out in order that it came out in. And there's the manual. So I think that wraps it up for part 2. Off camera I'm going to take the other head off, and then I'll see you back here in part 3 when I do the barrels. Thank you for watching. Ciao.